that there's so much in them that has to get out and has to be heard. Tony, there he is. One of my favorite people on the net. We were just talking about, on Twitter, I have probably, I think it's 39,000 followers on the one account. And I'm lucky if I have rich relationships with 30 people. And I would say one of the most rewarding and challenging at times, probably for him, relationship is what we've had. But we've made together incredible content over the years. Highly entertaining. I would say we're getting better at having content that is rich. He does a show, and I have been blessed enough to be on that show occasionally. And it's the Belt Kings, which is a football review show. And I've been part of it just this year. And he has been part of the karaoke shows we've done in the past, which were literally insane. We used to do morning drives, I guess we could call it. What's up? Big fun. He also does music shows sometimes. He did one, I believe it was Anita Baker one day. Another one was Luther Vandross. He does a lot of stuff that is New Jack City. So I would say like 90s rap. But he also likes the crooners. But again, mostly 90s. But, we're very excited and we're already setting goals for the next couple of years. And I think that's what you need to do is you kind of have to forecast what's going to happen 2 years from now, 4 years from now, 6 years from now. And it's like having a ship. And if you don't point it in the right direction, you're just going to let the waves take you there. But if you're a Buddhist, right? They're deeply into believing go with the flow. So if you were to say some 80s stuff that you love, what would it be and why? I'm telling you, you would be great on doing something on TikTok. And a lot of guys, what they do is, it's so weird, they play about 30 to 40 seconds of each song. They talk to the comments, which is usually, if it's males, females. Sometimes you have singles nights. Some guys play old jams. Some people play the funk. But there's some creators on TikTok that are making, not crazy money, but they're making some money. And you can tell they're having a ball. And they're partaking in beverages, sometimes a lot. I was on a show, oh God, it's a couple months ago. And it was a little too much for me. And then I've learned that certain shows, those are the ones that I like watching, but I don't like being part of it. And that's what I think what you have to do is you have to figure out if you want to be in the cheap seats, right? And Tony knows what I mean. Or if you want to be the performer. And this is a part of theater, right? That's what we're doing here. This is a form of theater. So right now we have 6 people that are on wonderful X, which is formerly Twitter. And we have 3 people now on, it looks like YouTube. But YouTube is weird. YouTube will go from 5 people to 35 people. Like that. And I don't know why. It's weird. And if you stay on and someone shares you, so please, if you can, if you see people that you know that are contributors, that you love what they do, go in. Even if you're not interested in the topic, leave a comment. Tap a like. You know what I mean? Share it. Because it helps. It really does, to build the audiences. And if we're working together, as we are each and every day, find ways to help your fellow man, your friends. And Tony a lot of times will come in and do multiple comments from his work, and he's listening to see what craziness I'm talking about, but he's mostly here to help the collective, and I'll do that for people that I see. So if I see Tony and I know he's doing his music show, I come in and I listen, and I do some other stuff, and then I leave a comment and I listen to his music and his commentary. But the other day I loved what you did on, I think it was on TikTok or Facebook, I can't remember. And because we both use Studio Standard Restream, he could have been on multiple platforms, but I have a feeling he wasn't. And he just did a heartfelt assessment of what he had seen in the Super Bowl. And the Super Bowl, him and I have been talking about, oh my God, for months. All the people that we hoped would be there. And it's kind of sad because it comes down to two quarterbacks, right? 11 players on each side, battling it out. And it was all over and done with by one little pass and to Hartman, right? Hartman, who was with New York briefly, and he was also with the Kansas City Chiefs briefly for a while, and then was recruited back and really didn't do much in the regular season. But when it counted in the Super Bowl game, he stepped up. And that's the difference between, I think, teams that win and teams that don't. It's the small things. Because you can't double team everybody, right? And with the 49ers, they were, let's be real, they were outcoached. There you go. Thanks to you too, Tony. The other person that we spend some time with is Fireman Rich, and we see him quite a while. Okay, if I'm still here, we'll do that. All right. So when you say a couple minutes, is that within a lifetime? Are you at home today? Or are you at work? I hope all is well in your world, sir. All right, let's get rid of that. Now, the other thing you can do on here is you can play music. I don't know if you know that. All right, let's look here. We're going to look at Barbara Allen. And let's see if we can highlight that. I think I hit it here. Yeah. So Barbara Allen's a person I've been following for quite a while. Very kind individual. She sells jewelry, has for years. And she was doing it, I would say, oh my Lord, before it was popular. I would say she was one of the pioneers that was doing the selling on the internet when people weren't comfortable yet. Donika is another person who's a great contributor, who has also been on this broadcast a couple of times. Both Tony and I have spent time with her. What was it? I think on Twitter Spaces when we did that. And she gave Tony a reading, and it was powerful. It really was, and pretty accurate. So I highly recommend following her. All right. Michelle Jackson is another person that I think I've recently discovered. I like this. Creators getting paid. If you're wanting more content about building out passive income and growing online brand, Good for her. So that must be her online endeavor. She's a good speaker, if I remember correctly. Very good. I met her recently. Okay, we got Megan. And Megan, I've been on her Twitter Spaces a few times. They're excellent. Aw, this is a little one. So cute. I like this. UFO enthusiast. I like weird stuff. Okay. And here's one of my favorite people on Spaces, Twitter Spaces. Simone is a wonderful healer. And what does she have coming up? Listen live. Fireburst and friends dropping in clinic for roller coaster. Oh, okay. I might check that out. See, that's the beauty of checking things out here. Let's do what I'd said earlier. Let's help each other. I'm going to retweet it, repost it, as you can see here. And it doesn't take any time to do that. It's so simple. All right. Who else we got here? Oh, this is nice. See, what they're doing here is they're resharing my NFL insights with uplifting quotes from February 9th. Another person I just met recently, right here. Great speaker, very passionate, well organized, runs a great space. I would say better than I would. That's the truth. He has laser focus when he's doing it. I love this picture. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Gorgeous. So highly recommend following this individual. Okay, who else we got here? How long is this? Let's see. I'm not hearing anything though. Oh, it's just pointing. It's just one of these pointing ones. Okay. Notification. We are truly blessed. Well, sometimes we feel that way. Not always, but sometimes. We are truly blessed. Why are we blessed? I don't know, but we are truly blessed. Here we go. What makes you feel today like you're truly blessed on this Valentine's Day of all days? Cancel that. All right, what do we got here? Okay, Brooklyn Morgan Johnson is another person that I follow. Very spiritual, kind-hearted. Someone I met recently. This one's wild. Look at this. Isn't that wild? That's crazy. A lot of depth there. A lot going on. Butterflies and doves. So what do doves represent? Anybody know? Come on up, buddy. Do you need the... Oh, you need the code? Okay. I can give you the code. There. You've got it now. Okay? So what you can do is you can invite individuals up. And I highly recommend not putting it in the chat, but do it through... All right. You ready, buddy? Okay. There he is. All by his lonesome. Here, we'll flip it. There you go. How's it going?
Good. I had to stay home today. Had some muscle aches and some tension headache up here.
So did my significant other.
You know what it is?
Weather change.
Exactly. That's
Yeah.
what I had to put together. When I saw it, I said, oh, that's what's going on. My allergies started kicking in. So what's
Yeah.
going on with you, man?
I think we need to get you multiple cameras so we can have you on multiple angles. What do you think?
I'm going to try the portrait thing probably later on today and see if that connection you and I talked about with this will work. Because remember when I showed you why it wouldn't work? I think it might have been the camera angle.
Is that what you're talking about?
No, not that one, but I've done that with half.
Another one. Okay, secret. Top secret.
God have mercy.
Wasn't that the most amazing game?
I enjoyed that game. That's criticism against it, but I enjoyed it. And that video that you were talking about that I did for TikTok, I literally just did that for TikTok and I threw it out there to everybody.
Yeah.
It goes back to say we was able to hook this up with TikTok and then we could do stuff like this where you got it going.
Yeah.
If you could figure that one out, you could run that real easy. But the game was, I thought the game was excellent. The defense was on each other's pace. I mean, it was against the opposite team. It was hard. It was hard with it. So it was not a BS game, in my opinion. And what I said about Miko Hardman, H-A-R-D, hard W, man, it's hard, just so you know. I be hearing you talking about it. He was there and then went to the Jets and then came back.
Yes.
So I really found it monumental that I think when he left, things weren't going the way they were supposed to because there was a sports reporter that had said he was going to be a factor for that team and people don't see it yet. So when he left, I was like, okay, this is going to be messed up. He was at the Jets. He couldn't really get it done. Then he went to Kansas City. They make it to the Super Bowl. And then you get the final catch in overtime.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody sees the main reason that you came back to that team. I thought that was monumental for him. I really did.
Do you have anybody there with you today?
No, why?
Because I'm hearing voices in the background.
I'm sorry, that was TV. I'm trying to put the news on to see what's going on in the world.
Yeah, you're trying to fill that mind. So when you're, let's say you're home and you can watch TV, what kind of things do you watch?
News, primarily.
Yeah?
That's the best way to stay up with current events and understand people's aspect around the world as to what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
One thing the majority of us do is watch the news to see what's happening, and that's how a lot of conversations we'll have. The biggest problem I have is people who do not watch the news, do not hang around anybody, do not go anywhere, and only watch Google. What the hell?
Well, they flip.
Yeah.
Right? And it's so much like the other apps, like Plenty of Fish, and I don't know if you have Plenty of Fish there.
I don't even know what the hell that is now.
Yeah. Well, it's one of those apps where you swipe left, right, left on people that you like, and then you try to meet them, and that was really big 20 years ago. Was it
Ready Fish or a lot of fish? I think I heard of it. I didn't get it.
Yeah. Here in Canada, it was called Plenty of Fish.
I'm on a lot of social media apps, but I'm not on the.
You don't do dating apps.
No, people trying to get me to do it now, and what I find out is it's an app where everybody hangs out a conversation like we did on Haps, but they're primarily dating apps. And I'm like, I don't know.
Well, you've got lonely people, right?
Yes, we do. We've spoken on that more than once. Yes, we do.
And I don't know if you know this, but through many Twitter Spaces, the suicide rate is through the roof right now.
I think a lot of people are coming here. I spoke on this before.
Yeah.
We do a lot to save each other's lives, whether people realize it or not. If you want to know, let me get on the soapbox if you don't mind. This is
sure. I like the soapbox. Go for it.
People do not realize how many lives you save just by interacting, especially the selfish. And I'm calling the selfish out on purpose because a bunch of y'all can't even mess with nobody in the real world. What the pandemic did was separate everybody. So even the antagonists had nobody to mess with.
Right.
On social media, they are messing with folks on the internet, which is unlimited potential for them to do what they want to do and be who they want to be. So they don't have to go anywhere. But with the suicide rate, some people are reaching out. We will get tired. This goes. Let me know when I talk too much, because I want to throw a lot of people. But your audience is different than mine.
No, it's good. It's good. I like. We don't have you on every day. If you had you on every day, that'd be different. But I'm enjoying not having to carry the load myself. So this is nice.
You always enjoy that.
Yeah.
So you out there, we will listen to what you have going on. But I have to also caution you. There's only so much we can listen to. There's only so much we can do. You have to do things for yourself. For those of you who cannot, and I want to emphasize this, for those of you who can't do too much with yourself, due to your health, due to a physical condition, due to your mental condition, whatever, there's no chastisement against you if you don't pay attention. But we have to be able to take care of ourselves and come to a calmness or stability to be able to listen, because a lot of you are pouring a lot of your whole heart out.
Can
Literally.
I ask you a personal question? Not too personal.
Sure.
But you were saying finding a calmness.
hmm
What are the things that you do that aren't drinking?
What
Because
do I do?
that's what, or drugs. That's what a lot of people find
So
calmness with.
people drinking drugs. Now, for me, you all will see me drink, but I set a time for a drink. I don't
Mhm.
drink after 6 in the evening. On the day off, I may start earlier. On a
Yeah.
holiday weekend, I may start earlier. For an occasion, a party or whatever, I may start earlier. But primarily, I don't start till after 6 on purpose to control myself. People have to learn how to control themselves. We're in a world where everybody can do what they want to do, be who they want to be as much as possible, which shows me a lack of self-control in a lot of folks, because when somebody tries to control them, they're about to snap. It's almost a mental condition. I dare
Yes.
say having self-control is a mental condition for a lot of people, because they can't handle it. They can't take it. They won't control themselves. But for those of you who are kicking a lot of your feelings out, looking for your attention, there's only so much we can take. We have to take on our day as well. Then we have to come down from there just to be able to interact with folks. For a lot of you sitting around waiting for somebody to pay attention to you, trust me, we are and we will. I am very guilty of
Mhm.
coming on, seeing how everybody's doing during the day, just checking in, saying what's up.
Yeah.
Letting people know that your broadcast got out. I may not be able to stick around. It was even happening for me when I would do a broadcast. We used to have an audience, now we don't, and it started driving me crazy. And they were like, "Take it easy." I had
What
people.
you used to do though, back in the day,
What's up, Rich?
is you would check up on people.
I still check up on people every day.
No, but you did, or maybe I'm just not aware of it. So
Mhm.
we're gonna put this name up. Rich, the code is right there. You already have it. If you want to come up for a moment, we can do that.
It's a link. It's a link. Mike. It's a link. I gotta work
The
with you.
code. It's a code. It's the bro code here.
It is a bro code. I give you that. It's the bro code. I give
It's
you
the
that.
bro code. See, this is part of the disrespect I get on the show, but that's okay. I'm okay with that. That's okay. As long as we have him here.
But what I
No,
would do to calm myself down, I take a nap.
you know what I'm seeing right now, Fireman Rich? I'm seeing not you, but there he is. Okay. It takes a minute for the wonderment of you to come up.
Wow. I do take a nap, and a lot of people are not sleeping.
Oh, a lot of people are crying and depressed, and
People who have nothing going on still aren't sleeping. This is a problem in the world.
this is why we brought Fireman Rich up.
He's sleeping. Rich is sleeping.
Just a minute. Let me bring it up here. I just.
Do you want us to put you back down for a sec?
No. Keep me. I'm bringing my camera up now. That's just left over from this morning's broadcast.
Yeah, I just want everyone who's here that doesn't know Rich. He is part of.
Hang on.
He's got to change from an OBS monitor to a Restream.
Look at that.
No, I'm in OBS.
Look
Just
at
hang on. Hold your
Yeah.
horses. Hang on. There we go. I'm here.
So, Fireman Rich, where do I put these horses? I'm curious, and where can I find them?
Hold the horses there.
Hold the horses. Like
No, I was just looking at. I did a Twitter live and I deleted it because it wasn't portrait. It went the opposite. But I was holding my I don't know. I'm not a good X live.
You are the best at everything. You just need time to learn.
I'm better here at the desk. How are you, gentlemen? I see you guys are on here. I just got back from a late morning walk because it's freezing cold up here.
Yes.
It's probably even more so where you're at, Michael.
It's lovely. It is sunny. It's -5 Celsius. I know you guys don't do Celsius.
No, I tried. -5 Celsius.
Below freezing, period.
Oh yeah. That's 20.
Below freezing
Fahrenheit. That's 23. That's about what we had. We're at 28 degrees. We're probably -4 degrees Celsius right now.
So we're sharing pretty much the same thing.
Yeah,
what did you think of the game? Because we didn't get to talk at all. I was in a beautiful bar. Go ahead.
Yeah. Well, I before I went on my walk, or I was just getting back from my walk, I saw you were on. I had some other things because I had to update my spam list. I got a spam call that I don't answer it, but I keep track of them. So
Are we on that list, sir?
No.
Okay, we just want to know.
You'll never.
Tony and I worry about that at night.
No, but and I saw you went to a bar to watch the game though.
Yes.
That sounded.
Oh my God! It was unbelievable. Unbelievable.
That's cool.
And it wasn't overly busy.
Really, that's always the best.
Oh, I pissed some people off though.
Did you?
Oh, I did.
How was that? How so?
Because there were all these 49er fans there,
Hmm.
right? And I like Kansas
Gotta be
City,
careful.
and I was the only one screaming, "Sweet Jesus," and they weren't too happy, and you could hear them going, "F and shit,
Yeah.
damn."
Yeah.
But you know me, I like even when they had a good play, I was like, "Well done, well done." They weren't the same.
Tony, you're not working today?
No, I wasn't feeling too good.
He's
this
working
morning.
right now. What are you talking about?
Oh, that's why you were acting up this morning with the
Well,
stuff there.
I was trying to go, and I like my shoulder started killing me. My neck started hurting. I had a headache that was just throbbing. Because
Yeah.
I got dressed and everything, and I was sitting there. I think, something ain't feeling right. And I always have these unfamiliar discomforts. It started feeling like what I had before, but it wasn't bad because I had a little bit of nausea and stomach ache. I was like,
you can't be working around the aircraft like that. No.
The headache started throbbing, and I was like, okay, I got to sit down. And I waited about 30 minutes. So I told them I wasn't going to make it in. Because I always tell people when I get up in the morning, I should sit down and wait to see if any symptoms come up. Recently, it has been an issue. Late. So I always told them, if I sit out, something's wrong. I always told them that if I sit out, something is wrong. I didn't even know if I could make the drive in this morning.
That's when you just take a step back. On this morning's broadcast, Helen was saying that she had to take the garbage out, but she was still hurting from last week and she said, "Well, I'll be back," and we never heard from her. So I hope she's doing all right.
Right.
But to answer your question before there, Michael, my take on the game was it was a good game, very good game, evenly matched. There's takeaways on both sides, and that gentleman right there, he's eating a lot of crow right now because on his podcast yesterday, his brother called him out for what he did. I'm still not happy with what he did with Andy Reid on the sideline, and he even said when the actual shove, he said in his own mind, he said, "Oh shit, what did I just do?"
Yeah, he was
owning up to it, but I'm still not forgiving him because it's just like he's got to, that's the only black mark on the game. I didn't really care. The game though was good. Purdy, he played as best as he could. It came down to that field goal that San Francisco missed. We always during the course of the season we were always saying it's a kicker, but the quarterbacks, both of them played high performance. I think those are your two top quarterbacks in the league right now, because of where they're at in the Super Bowl. They're the top dogs. Really? I think Purdy, he showed that he has he even getting praise, but it's a repeat for Kansas City. So my hat's off to them, and I feel happy for Andy Reid. I'm not happy with Kelsey there. Even his brother called him out on the podcast there. I read an article and said you should. You're at that caliber play, and you got that caliber of a coach that's coaching you. You give him the utmost respect. I mean, you just park it, put a sock in it, but overall, I wasn't too. I know Tony. I seen a replay that you said it was a good Super Bowl. I thought it was okay. It didn't knock my socks off. Like
Fireman Rich, can I get Tony's opinion on it? We got yours.
Yeah. Okay.
And I saw Tony doing that kind of please stop sniffing modeling glue look. So I'm just go ahead. No, but you have a difference of opinion. Agreed?
Entirely no. Actually, I thought the game was good. I really did. I will put this.
You can't say it was a bad game. No.
Yeah, I do put this very Super Bowl with the Rams and the Bengals. Both teams were out each other. They were ready for each other. Tampa Bay had played, I think it was Kansas City, wasn't it, when they went to the Super Bowl? I forgot. I'm getting up there.
Off the top of my head.
They were close games. This game, and I told a lot of people, we didn't know what to expect. Mike, you always ask for the scores. I couldn't give you a score. The best I could give you was an over-under, and I was right, but it took overtime for it to happen because it was a very low-scoring game, which tells you they were ready for each other. And if you watch the game, there were no BS plays.
No.
They knew exactly who to go for. They knew exactly who to stop. And then there was also trying to get sacks in more than anything because they were trying to sack the quarterbacks. I think Mahomes had got it a couple times, and I was telling Brian that Brian saw a clip or a meme where They were saying there's a rule, don't hit Mahomes. I said, man, he been sacked twice. What are you talking about? They ain't
They
fouled.
really rocked Purdy a couple
Yeah,
times.
and Purdy
Oh
played.
my God! Like
Don't get me
they
wrong.
rang his bell.
Purdy played very well, and he's pretty tough. So he's going to
Yeah,
have to.
and they hit
He's
Kelsey. They hit Kelsey really well. One of the times Kelsey was getting up, you could tell he was suffering.
Yeah, because they knew he was a target. They was knocking him down. If Kelsey would have won
I
that
thought
game,
they contained him very well in the first half, though. They
Oh, they
contained.
did to the point he was frustrated.
Yeah,
that moment on the sideline with the coach.
That was him being frustrated with himself.
And I understood where it was coming from. I think Andy Reid understood it, but see, if Andy Reid would have done the Belichick move, his ass would have been on the bench.
Yeah.
That whole Super Bowl.
I think it was uncalled for, because if it was any other player other than him, they would have been tossed out of
He was crunk. The crazy part, players do it all the time. They just caught that.
Not to that extent, Tony. I've never seen something like that. That's the first time I've ever
Did you guys see what Jerry Rice tweeted
No, I didn't.
about that?
Yeah, what did he say?
He said, if I did it, I'd be out of the league.
He wasn't the only one that said that. Antonio Brown said the same thing.
He said, if I did the same thing, and they tried to make it how different the league is now, right? Because it is so theater now.
It's still uncalled for.
But I think they let stuff like that go on, and all the other stuff that's on this, they would have never back in the day had showing all the people, the stars, right? We had Lady Gaga there, right? Shania Twain was there.
A lot of people.
Elon Musk was there.
Well, let me ask you something, Michael. If Kansas City would have lost, would Andy Reid be as receptive? That's the question also that's been out there. And I think if Kansas City lost, we would be hearing a different story about some go behind the woodshed. I don't know. The thing is,
you know what it's like? It's like family. Those guys, those three, they love each other. They've had their problems. It's like brothers fighting.
There's something else going on there. That's more than frustration. Because
if you want real frustration, Buffalo, the team we love.
No, you would never see. Have you ever seen?
Do you see how I derailed?
No, we've seen them not once but twice, and also Mahomes go off the edge. Have we ever seen that this season in Buffalo?
Oh Absolutely no, they're pissed. They're pissed.
Yeah, you can sell it back, but they've gone off the. That's going off the rails, is what I'm saying.
Can we go to a positive shift just for a moment? Okay.
Well, stop starting shit and then want to be positive. How about that?
Yeah, we're going back to positive because it's a spiritual football, not the
spiritual.
What's okay. Patty cake. Okay. Yes, we're gonna all hum together. And chant later. I'll get my little Tibetan bells out, and the bowls. Here's the most important thing to remember. And I know Tony will back me because Tony won't lie. But what was the one thing I said the only way that the Chiefs could win? Do you remember what I said?
No.
Repeatedly. They would have to have one of their third-tier stars step up and do miracles. And I said it multiple times.
In the wide receiver position, I think. Yeah, you did.
Yes. And do you know who they're seeking right now, and who I've been talking about forever?
Yes,
who is the same height
Mike,
as this wonderful man here, Fireman Rich, at 6'5". Oh yeah. And we have another guy named, what's his name? Something Evans?
You tell me.
I think he has the same name as me. He's a wonderful human being. They are in pursuit of getting him.
I can see that.
That's the rumor.
Now, let me jump in on that.
Jump in.
How the regular season went, I will understand it. But based on the Super Bowl, they don't need him.
Oh, yes, they do.
No, they do not.
Why do you think they're so frustrated, buddy? All the drops.
During the regular season, they weren't that much of a factor, but they were a factor in the Super Bowl. Marquise Valdez-Scantling, Mecole Hardman.
Here's the thing. Did you know that he had to totally change his style because he could not trust the receivers on long bombs to catch them? If he had someone like Mike Evans or Tyreek Hill, you might even see Tyreek Hill go, look, I'll come back for 15. I want to win a ring.
Well, you know what's crazy? If I could jump in on that, Tyreek Hill may not leave. He's from Miami.
Right, but he misses winning.
He may miss winning, but you know he's already got one, and now he's home enjoying everything.
Yeah. Is it going to be a three-peat, Fireman Rich? Now that we're on the
No,
happy trail.
I think, like I said, it could have gone either way if it wasn't for the turnovers. If you look at San Francisco, if they didn't have the turnovers, we'd be talking a different story. It'd be a different game. And both of them equally turned over the ball. But I think that field goal, I'm just like going like this. It's just that probably was a prelude of what to happen as far as that goes, because even Tony Romo was saying that's important, and it did come down to being important, because if they did have that extra point, it might not have been a tie game in a sense if you look at it that way. But both teams, I was good. I gotta say it was a good solid football game. I was really impressed.
Very solid.
But the San Francisco 49ers, they have nothing to hang their head. They played. I mean, I would not to say they didn't win the Super Bowl, but they played a great game, and they're going to be strong next year. Kansas City will be strong, but like I said, the one sour point was that little sideline altercation that wasn't a first time. That was a second time, so it's a repeat thing. And I've never seen that. I've seen some players go, but if they're going to go off on the coach, they're sitting on the bench and they're yelling at a distance, not right in the face. I've never seen that. Where have you ever seen a player get right in the face of the coach? There's probably some instances, but what's that?
There are some instances, but go ahead.
Yeah, but a high profile, and then he has his girlfriend to boot up in the stands seeing that activity. And let's just say, I got to say, the missus saw that. Ooh, not impressed from a female perspective as far as that goes. And but other than that, it'll be interesting. I think the caliber play, can they three-peat? I don't know. Who was the last team to do a three-peat?
Nobody's ever, not in NFL history has anybody ever done it.
I was just thinking maybe was it Pittsburgh, but there was an interruption, then they won again, and I think New England was the same.
There's only been repeat champions, but none of
in other sports, in basketball, yes.
Oh yeah, basketball. That's a whole different.
And in hockey, it has happened.
Yes, hockey. Yes.
Who would hockey?
Montreal Canadiens.
Montreal, yeah. There's a couple other teams too, I think, that have in hockey and stuff.
But way back.
Yeah,
way back in, before we were an impure thought in somebody's mind.
Definitely. Football, I don't know. With that being said, it'll be interesting next year to see how that takes, because Kansas City, they had to struggle to get to the Super Bowl, or to the playoffs in a sense. Like they all had, nobody was a solid. Look at how much we were talking about Philly being a powerhouse, and they were left in the dust there during the playoffs and stuff. So it's an interesting
Philly from last season, and Mike was talking about how they weren't going to be the same team. Mike was correct about them all season.
Mm-hmm.
I was worried about KC. I got to be honest. They seemed like they were half stepping.
It looked like,
and you said that a number of times too, Michael, as far as that goes, as far as the things that you brought up during Tony's broadcast here.
They're smart, though. You know what it is? They're smarter than us. They know that you only have so much emotional gas to get through this. And you can't pour it all out at the beginning. Look how the Cowboys were. They played every game like it was the Super Bowl. They were done. Right. The 49ers for a while there looked like not anybody could ever beat them. Right. And they also ran out of juice.
Yeah.
I don't know. What do you, if you could pick 3 teams you think that will do well next year, name them and why?
I don't know if I could do that at this point. It's the end of the season. I think it's
I'm going to make a prediction for next season.
Who's that?
Okay. I honestly believe, like my dear friend here, Tony, I think the Browns, with new pieces, which they will acquire this year, will do better. I think
I'm tired of saying that about the Browns. The same way.
No, I have a good feeling. I'm just going with feeling. And I've never said that about the Browns.
Yeah, but Cleveland keeps changing players and they don't make it. I can't say that about it. I just want to see if they're going to have a decent season.
Yeah.
And we've been saying that for a few seasons now. They keep changing
Yeah.
players, they keep having a team. They're looking like the Raiders. They got a squad, they ain't gonna do shit.
Okay, how about considered one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time, Aaron Rodgers, and we have people who love New York in this room.
Mhm.
Do you think they're going to do better this year? And the not so Giants, how are they going to do this year? And are they going to continue to believe in a quarterback that they overpaid for?
Well, that's an interesting aspect because Russell Wilson may be going to New York. That's one of his selections, but I think he may be going to Pittsburgh or Atlanta first if he doesn't stay at
Russell Wilson may be going to New York.
I've heard that name being brought up as far as the odds of him going to New York Giants are out there at plus 3,500. But Pittsburgh is at the top of the list, and then maybe staying at Denver. But then right after that is Atlanta, New England, Las Vegas, Minnesota, and Washington, as far as the odds of Wilson ended up on another team.
We did talk about Atlanta. I forgot. I did.
Yeah. Yeah, so I'm that's the one story I guess in this post Super Bowl that I'm watching because I do like Russell Wilson. There's a good quarterback right there. He's gonna shine next year. I think he's gonna shine very much so, and I think Green Bay is gonna be in the mix.
Mike,
I agree.
At the very top of that.
What's that?
The title at the very top of that. What is that saying?
It says, "Since Moses came down the mountain, there has not been a man quite like the one of a kind to shock your mind, put the wiggle in your behind, Tony D." That's what the title says on the top.
This is why I don't ask him shit, ladies and gentlemen.
QBs to win first Super Bowl next, and it says
That's what I saw. Bring that picture back, please.
Sure, we can.
Jordan Love is not going to win the Super Bowl next season, no.
No, these are guys that hope. We're all about the hope. So hope. So what you see here is
Love and Herbert.
Yeah, we've got Purdy, Joe Burrows, Lamar Jackson, and I'll tell you, we're not talking about the Chargers, but it's a very different world this year.
Yeah, it's going to be a very different world for them. Green Bay, I have to stop disrespecting them and not worrying about the regular season when it comes to Green Bay.
They look like they had the 49ers on the ropes.
Dude, I have said repeatedly, I will rule them out, and they keep making it through the playoffs. They're actually really doing good. Out of that list right there, I'm going to have to say Purdy and didn't.
Yeah.
Purdy
and
didn't.
I don't think we should give up on Lamar Jackson. How many?
No.
How many quarterbacks? No. It took them almost 8-10 years before they won their first championship. Like the Super Bowl is tough. It's like finding buried treasure. It's not easy.
Right. They made the Super Bowl off of that defense the same way Tampa did.
Yeah.
But the offense actually did do something in that first Super Bowl they went to, if I remember correctly. It was I forgot the quarterback's name because he was at Tampa Bay as well. The offense surprised me in that Super Bowl because they didn't look that good all season, at least not in my opinion. But Lamar should be up there, but for some reason he just ain't damn making it.
Yeah.
Now, with that list right there that you had, I'm surprised Jared Goff wasn't on there.
Yeah, Jared Goff is one of those guys like Brock Purdy, unfortunately, who is disrespected.
He's being disrespected, and that team was almost there this year. People tend to forget that.
You think Purdy is still disrespected after the Super Bowl, though?
Oh, my God, they were so awful.
Yes.
Do you? I don't know. I have the utmost respect for him. He's a good kid. I think he's great.
He's so religious. He's so brilliant.
You know,
he's such a brilliant guy.
Yeah, he's
patient. There's a wonderful. I'll send you the link. It's worth watching, both of you. It's an interview that he did with Steve Young, talking about his mindset and how
Purdy is being outshined by Christian McCaffrey, and not even intentionally. The eyes are on Christian McCaffrey with that team. Everything else, like I said before, Christian McCaffrey was a bonus to an already put together team.
Yeah,
Purdy's going to do his thing, and he's doing fine. He's getting the numbers. His stats are going to do it to get him Hall of Fame.
Do you know why they lost?
Why?
Coaching.
They
got out coached. Let's be. They did. They got out coached. They ran out of gas. The only person. Here's the truth. There were two people on the field that didn't seem gassed to me: Brock Purdy and Mahomes. They didn't seem gassed. And don't forget, Mahomes last year won with one leg. He was hobbling around. So, what's better, having one leg or no receivers? And a couple guys, go ahead.
You would. That's so crazy. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. No, you put your hand up.
One leg or no receiver? What the hell kind of question is that?
No, see, here's what happened. The year before, he had receivers, but he had one leg. This year, he has no receivers, but he has both legs. I think he'd rather have two legs.
He had an ankle injury the previous two Super Bowls before this one, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
Right.
And he was doing everything in his power this year to not get hurt.
Yes, he did. And they were protecting him, but he still got sacked like crazy.
Mm-hmm.
He got sacked like crazy. Good game, but like I said, Jared Goff should be up there. The Lions are still coming. If the Ravens are still coming, the Lions are still coming. We can't rule neither one of those teams out next season.
Yeah.
Have you seen the shirts in Stags We Trust? Stagnola?
No.
Oh, and he was like, get rid of those. You're going to jinx us. Stop wearing them. They love him. He is so underrated. And it only in the last week or two they've been talking about he is the mastermind of their defense.
Yeah.
The Lions?
No. We're talking KC.
Oh, Kansas City. The defense played very well.
Yeah.
Oh, they have all year. They haven't allowed a lot of points.
And that was a big factor for the Chiefs previously. So during the Super Bowl, I don't know if anybody noticed, both defenses were outstanding.
Yeah.
They truly were.
They were.
Main players on either team couldn't really get the ball off. That's why we had a low scoring game. They should have been tired because they were playing hard. Did y'all see that?
You imagine, though, that if somehow they had a crystal ball and the 49ers or the Cowboys had seen the potential of Mahomes or Lamar, either one of those teams would have won, or even Josh
Allen.
Allen.
Josh Allen's good, but the caliber of play, and I want to bring Russell Wilson back into it because I heard something. I looked at the.
Are you getting paid by him?
No.
Okay, because I'm starting to think.
I like him because he's still a good quarterback.
Can we get him as a guest next time you talk to him? Just say, look.
You look at his stats.
You get him as a guest. Baker Mayfield.
I'm just saying, if you were to look at Russell Wilson's stats, his stats are equal during the course of the season. Okay, yeah. His stats are equal to, if not better than, Mahomes as a quarterback. Check the stats. I looked at that and I was surprised. Somebody said that. I said, no way. You look at it, it's just a team that he's on, the other team, and that's the one advantage that Mahomes have. He has players. Denver's still coming across. Now, whether he leaves or not, I think this is the second season for the coach out there that I'm not. I sort of liked him when it was New Orleans, but he has a sketchy thing. But anyway, Russell Wilson, they're going to negotiate. He's more than likely may stay if they renegotiate his contract. That's going to be the key of Russell Wilson staying there. But if you were to look at Russell Wilson's stats, he is as good as any other of the top quarterbacks. If you look at his stats overall, he has less interceptions than Josh Allen and Mahomes. Okay, so I say don't write him off when you look at their overall stats and stuff. Okay, the missus is telling me to tone it down. I'm getting past it here. Okay, but
he's on fire.
Yeah, no, I guess it's just that the insiders are reporting Sunday morning that plans may change for because I thought it was a sure thing. That's why I'm keying in on this. It's not a done deal because the Broncos was it Sean Payton's second season, I guess they're reconsidering where the Broncos are keeping their options on the table as Russell Wilson for possibly reopening talks with Russell Wilson again. So I think Denver's probably looking as like, well, maybe we may not want to give him up. Just like the Kansas City Chiefs don't want to give this guy up.
Yeah.
He could be a head coach by himself.
Yeah, some guys are just better as assistants.
Do you think
and that's okay.
Yeah. Unfortunately, and I have to say that about Todd Bowles. Unfortunately,
really,
coach, he didn't do too good. When he's defensive coordinator, they damn near get championships.
Who did he coach with, though?
Todd Bowles coached the Jets.
Was he a Jets coach? Okay, that must have been the season that I didn't really care about the Jets.
Well, there's a lot of seasons we didn't care about the Jets. We couldn't.
So, guys, we're going to wrap it up, and because it is my show, we're going to hopefully do some gratitude. So, Fireman Rich, we'll get you to start it off with the gratitude.
Well, I'm grateful as always to have you allowing me to come up, Michael. I really appreciate that, along with our good friend Tony uh,
Yes.
on his Belt Kings fantasy football. The second season completed, I think,
Yes.
is tremendous. I look forward to next year as far as that goes. I'm grateful for my family as always. That's always number one in my life is family, and just grateful in life in general as far as enjoying what the man upstairs has given me as far as to enjoy. And it's those simple little things that are mean a lot to me. So I appreciate it.
Thank you. There was a little more mustard on the hot dog that time. It was really good. Thank you. I enjoyed it.
You're welcome.
Okay. Tony D, you're next.
He said mustard on the hot dog.
No, extra mustard on the hot dog. Go ahead.
Family, friends, and opportunity as always. I do want to thank the both of you for rolling with me this season. For the second season of fantasy football broadcast that I do appreciate y'all. As much as I give Mike always comes with some insight, and Mike was absolutely
Yes.
season. Yes, so it was that was fun. It helped me to expand, and I'm very serious about that. Big ups to Ted, Brian, JoJo. Try to come through. Golf all came through. Everybody who was in the audience in the chat. Next season, we're going to see what happens next. I do plan on being there. I do plan on working it. Hopefully everything falls in place so we can do it again. The USFL.
Yes, let's do it.
Well, the UFL, United Football League. I think.
Yes,
Rich?
I know what you meant.
March 30th.
Yeah, so we got to get ready for that.
The merging.
I'm going to watch. I want to see. We'll try to do something about it.
Yeah,
I'm good with this season. It was a good football season.
You know what I would love to do with that one is commentary.
I know you would.
I think that would be hilarious.
What do you mean by commentary?
Well, actually, while the game's on, we talk about.
Oh my God! I don't know what that.
And go.
Oh,
and
that.
Go, so how many times did that guy miss that pass? I don't know. This is number 7, isn't it? How many pounds overweight is this dude? No, like.
This was fun season. It really was. It's cool. I gotta see how next year goes. What else? I do plan on getting back on my music broadcast. Now I don't have to worry about football as much anymore. Mm-hmm. The only thing I'll be looking for football wise right now will probably be the draft.
Yeah, that'll be fun too.
Yeah, we'll see about that. Yeah. And I can get back on doing the music like I have been. I've been pretty busy. I want to cut down some of my after work responsibilities.
Yeah.
Just think he's gonna start. Things are starting to catch up to me. It actually hit me last night. I ain't 22 no more.
No.
It really did. It really did.
It's harder when you're 32, isn't it?
Well, it's harder when you're 51.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm like, Jesus, I need to sit down for a minute.
Well, Rich and I are in our 60s, so
you gotta be aware of what your age is, as far as that goes, and you have to,
Well, my 50s are talking to me right now.
Yeah. What are they saying?
You ain't young no more. Sit your ass down.
Yeah.
Bingo.
Stop.
Do a lot. I mean, it's a lot to get up and go to work. That's a hit. Okay. It's a lot, and I'm like, whew.
Yeah. So you're not having marathons anymore with Marvin Gaye in the background. Let's get it on and sexual healing on repeat. You're not doing that anymore.
Like, you have no idea. I got 7 3-hour broadcasts in my head already.
Okay.
Already, and I'm trying to do them as long. That's why I just cut things down to an hour. So that last one I did for 3.5 hours wore me out.
I bet it did. So listen, tell me where we can find Fireman Rich. Where can we find you, sir?
At Fireman Rich here, on X/Twitter, at Fireman Rich over there on Blue Skies, at Fireman Rich on Truth Social, at Fireman Rich on Instagram Threads, and the real Fireman Rich on the public Facebook. And Tony, you don't need that invitation of Blue Sky anymore. That's you can just sign right up. It's a free sign up now.
I've been hearing about it. People have been talking about it. They're saying it's very similar to Twitter. My hesitation has been so was Threads.
Between the two, I like Blue Skies better than Threads.
No way. Okay.
There's a similarity to it, and I was like,
who owns Blue Sky, guys?
Jack Dorsey's the one that's ramrodding, former ex.
Oh, that's not bad. That's not bad. That's a pretty solid dude to do it, Tony.
Yeah, to give you a background, Tony or Michael.
Yeah.
Blue Skies was in development when Jack Dorsey was still with Twitter, and I guess he took that with him when he left Twitter. When Elon bought it.
I actually posted it on my Twitter how Periscope started.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Actually, what brought Periscope down?
Yeah.
I did post a link up there. I just see somebody talking about it. So with the Blue Sky, I may check it out, but
Yeah.
I'm noticing a lot of these platforms are going up, coming down, going up, coming down. So
Oh.
the main ones are sticking around more than anything.
Yeah.
So, like I said, I'm just a little hesitant. I will check it out. But a couple people telling me they was over there, and they said it's just like Twitter. I said, if it's just like Twitter, why am I going over there? When I can do
Well,
everything,
that's true. Good point. Good point.
everything I can do, everything I want to do as far as broadcasting goes to
Yeah.
Twitter with no problem. So I
Yeah,
can't.
Here's the other problem too, guys. There's only so many hours in the day.
Exactly, Michael.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's only so many hours. Okay, speaking of that, I'm going to go enjoy my day. Thank you, everyone, for being here. We appreciate you. Tony D, for those who don't know who he is, he's a visual delight on most nights. And you can find... No, too far. Okay. Fireman Rich, for those who don't know, he's 6'5", and he's thriving.
I'm enjoying it.
You're double 6'5", right? Think about it.
What's that? How so?
It's 13 feet.
You're 6'5", and you're 65.
Oh yeah.
And that ain't no jive. All
I'm
right,
6'5",
take care.
and I'm 865.
Oh, yep. See?
Yeah, and she goes,